Stacy.
Hey Patty, how are you?
I'm one of the persons who was to do your professional feedback for the forum, so I was wondering if you had a few minutes for us to sit down and discuss this?
Sure.
You want to meet in the staff lounge?
Yeah,
So
I
you
can
do
do
it
it now.
private? Sounds good.
All right.
So Stacy, this is that professional feedback tool that we're all working through, and I just wanted to go spend a few minutes going over it with you today.
Okay.
So let's just take a look at it. Remember, we had the E was embracing, M was mastering, and the E was for exemplary. So I have it all filled out because I have a comment. We're supposed to put a comment for every section, so I stuck a comment in.
Okay.
So for our Aurora service commitments, for that whole section there, I think you're exemplary. Stacy, you really do live out the Aurora service commitments. I noticed the other day, remember you had a patient who was a really difficult patient to take care of, and you had him smiling by the end of the day. So you just did a great job, I think, with that.
Thank you.
Then the next section is all about the Aurora Nursing Practice Framework, and the first section is on patient-centered care, and I had marked as exemplary because you really do keep the patient at the center of your care when you're taking care of them during the day. You're very passionate about your patients. As well as coordinated care, I think you do a great job, exemplary there. And I've witnessed and I've received handoff, with your use of the SBAR and everything. You always do a good job when handoff. If I have to receive the patient, it's always excellent. Efficient care, again, I put you on as mastering, because sometimes I notice that you are here after the end of your shift, so don't be afraid. You can delegate, if I'm taking the patient, don't be afraid to ask me to do something or ask your coworkers. I can always restart the IV or whatever needs to be done. Don't be afraid to ask me.
Yeah, that's something I'm working on.
Okay, well good. So don't be afraid, just ask. And if I can't, I'll say no and we can negotiate how to best work through that.
Sure.
Quality and safety, I had exemplary for that as well. I always see you washing your hands, going in and out of the rooms. You do a good job with that. And I saw the other day you were using the lift equipment too, and I know it's all of us have got to work on getting that lift equipment to save our backs, so that was great. The next section then is caregiver engagement. And this year I think we have some areas. I put down the E, the embracing. I've sensed your frustration, like when we incorporate new practice changes, such as different things in policies and procedures or documentation, you seem as if you get kind of frustrated with that.
Yeah, there's so many of them. I have no idea how we keep up.
Yeah, it's hard because we have a ton. I know lots of email, lots of information like that. What I do is I just try and take each item at a time, and then try to understand why are we doing the change. What's the purpose for the change? Because sometimes I don't exactly know the purpose. What helps me is if I know why we're making the change. So,
That's some good advice.
And sometimes we should just talk to each other more because maybe if we both understood it, we'd know why we made the change.
Yep.
And then the last section was on professional growth and development. And again, I did exemplary there. As the ACC chair for our unit, I've noticed that you're really good, from clinical leadership skills. You've got great skills from that perspective. But I don't see you involved in any of our shared governance activities, and I think you have some great input that you could share. So I'm hoping maybe that might be an area as the ACC chair I can try to encourage you to be a little more involved.
Yeah, I know, but I don't feel like I have time for that stuff.
Yeah, it's hard, but it really does make an impact on our practice, and it's best for our patients, and it's nice to have a say in what we're going on. So, as the ACC chair, maybe next time when I have a short-term work group, something that's not long-term, it's a short-term work group that's needed, would it be okay if I give you a call, ask you if you can help out?
I could probably give it a try.
Okay, well, let's give that a try as we go forward then.
Okay.
I really like working with you though, so that's good.
Well, thanks, Patty.
So then we'll just need we sign the form here, we'll write the date, and then we'll be all set.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Sounds
Thanks.
good. Thank you. Well, thanks for sharing.
Yep.